So, just on our way to Brighton, because after the catastrophe with all of my technology in Morocco, I really need to go and get some new tech, basically. I need a selfie stick, maybe a new tripod, probably a laptop, and I also want an action cam, but I don't think I'm going to get one today. Yeah, just kind of annoying that I've got to this early go out and buy so much stuff, because at the moment I'm struggling to edit what I've got because I'm very limited on what program I've got. Well, Melon says it's really good, but I don't like it. So ideally, go and get either a tablet where I can use the app that I paid for on my phone, or a Chromebook, again, same reason, or a laptop. But then if I get a laptop, it kind of has to have Movie Maker, otherwise I have no editing for free, which means buying some, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, that's kind of what today's going to be. Also, we're going to go and get some good food later. So yeah, thought I'd vlog Brighton just for the lols, basically. What is with my luck with everything being fucking cancelled at the moment? Like, something as simple as just going to Brighton, and the train got cancelled because there's like a fault, and I think they're cancelling every Brighton train by the looks of things. So I might have to even get the London train to Hove, change at Hove, but I don't know if that's going to rectify the problem. Either that or go to Preston Park and then go back on ourselves to Brighton. Either way, this means we're not going to get to Brighton till like 4 o'clock. We made it! We made it to Brighton, thank fuck! To be honest, I thought, given the sort of fuck ups we've had recently, I half expected to just not make it here. Because, yeah, just my luck recently, that's kind of how it's been going. Just saying, one of the weirdest things about being back in England is, like, in Morocco they don't sell beer anywhere. Like, the only places you'll get beer are, like, supermarkets or restaurants or bars. But because it was Ramadan, even supermarkets weren't selling beer, and some bars weren't selling beer. And I've come back to England, they're selling craft beer on the platform. God, it's one of the best things about England. You can buy beer everywhere. It's fucking good. Yeah, for those of you who haven't been to Brighton, like, it's my favourite city in the UK. It's fucking awesome, right? And it just got all these, like, walk down the ramp, not directly outside the platform, but like just sort of come round, and then you got all the lanes here, and it's fucking cool, right? But one of my favourite places in Brighton is the lanes, because there's just so many random cool shops down here that just, some of them are just bizarre and really brightly coloured. Like, is this one? Cool, isn't it? Yeah, just found some random little street market, just selling all kinds of really cool stuff and things. What's this? Well, someone said working your way around the market with your hand stretched out in front of your face. I almost feel like sometimes I'm going to walk into somebody and accidentally like head punch them, you know, bang. Because I'm not looking where I'm going, because I'm staring at the camera. As we're heading in this general direction, if we can get through there, I don't know. Because there's like loads of cool graffiti down there. I was like debating walking down there, but I think we're just going to continue down the lanes. It's like a really colourful, vibrant city. I love it. It's, even though it's technically like my home city, if that makes sense, it's the nearest city to where I live. It's still my favourite, but it wasn't my favourite when growing up. So yeah, it's sort of like a recent favourite city, which is cool. Because, yeah, Manchester was my favourite because of how many skate parks there are, but there are a lot of skate parks here now. And some of them are awesome. Also, it's the gay capital of the UK, which is fucking brilliant. And, yeah, it's just a really awesome city. And if you're here, the first weekend of August, Gay Pride is hands down the best event on the South Coast. Hands down. It's just, essentially it's like carnage, but beautiful carnage. It's brilliant. I just thought I'd film that quickly because it really does highlight the stupidity of the drug laws, right? In England, you can buy grinders, vaporizers, bongs, pipes, Rizzlers. You can also even buy all the equipment you could possibly need to grow weed, but you're not allowed to smoke weed. It seems so backwards, doesn't it? It does seem like a bit of a pointless loophole. It does make you wonder what the point is, really, but hey ho. That's England for you. Such a cool bar. I've only been in there once. It's like, it's not excessively pricey, but obviously quite pricey, but so cool, so cool. Like, old style stuff in there. It's just really, really cool vibe. One of my favourite skate shops here, Route 1. Oh, that looks so beautiful. Oh, it's got a bottle opener on the bottom and everything. I'm really debating getting one of these, a penny deck. Now, I know what you're thinking. Every YouTuber seems to have a penny deck, and especially like Fun for Louis, lives in Brighton or lived in Brighton, has a penny deck, but they're just convenient, and also you can get really smooth camera work on a penny board, so, and you can get around faster, so it's a win-win-win really. You can't lose. Right, it's known like as the clock tower. No idea what it's there for. It's just one of the many millions of random monuments that we seem to have in the UK. We have loads of them for various royal family members and whatnot. And most people don't know why they're there. They're just like there, and they walk past it every day and they go, oh, okay. It's really, really kind of odd. Okay, currently in Churchill Square shopping mall, I suppose. Like at this food court, just about to go to McDonald's, get a snack, and then later on we're going to go into some Japanese food, which is going to be good because I don't really know anything about Japanese food. And yeah, got lots of kind of different things. You got Spud You Like, some like American diner thing, some sort of noodle place. Of course, there's a McDonald's, and then an Italian kitchen. The Italian kitchen is really good. I've been there before, and I ate a burger that's basically made of cheese. Like, instead of it being a burger, it's like cheese, and it was awesome. Right, just about to head back to Curry's PC World. The unfortunate bit is we got to Brighton really late, and I wanted to look for a selfie stick, tripod, and a tablet. Found the tablet, but I want a selfie stick that has a tripod screw so that I can screw it onto my You're gonna be on YouTube. Melons on a mission.
Melons on a mission. I'll subscribe.
Nice one. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying now. Yeah, I need to get a tripod a selfie stick thing with a tripod screw, so I can still mount it to my beast grip when I get it. So yeah, I can't. It needs to be something that I can mount. It also needs to be something pretty sturdy, so that then when I get a DSLR lens, it won't fuck it, basically. So that I can still use it with the beast grip with an expensive lens and not risk it falling off, like almost happened to my phone with my other selfie stick. So we'll have to see. Melon just said it's too bright because it's Brighton. God's sake. Yeah, tablet got win, so that's one less thing to worry about. That means I can actually edit when I get home now. Thank fuck for that. I've even got extendable SD drive for it. So I bought a 32 gig memory card, and also it came with 200 gig of cloud storage for a year, which is handy. Not that I'm actually going to need that within a year, which is kind of shit, but I don't have to activate it straight away, so I might possibly activate it sort of maybe when I first start the trip, and then if I need it, I've got it. If not, I've not lost anything because it didn't cost me a penny. So let's go and have a look at this.
Follow the light, not the leader. That's now what you could join.
Always stuff like that in here in Brighton. Just very creative city. There's always someone making something, so that's why I love it. Right, now I've got to find Jessup's, and then when I find that, look for some sort of monopod, and then maybe find some Japanese food, maybe. So, we've arrived at Brighton Beach, a beach that I've spent many hours at, in various different mental states, after various hours of clubbing. Because one of my favourite clubs in the world that I've ever been to is along the seafront, just down there. As you can see, it's quite busy today, because it's like lukewarm weather. Everyone's like, oh, beach weather. Yeah, you can see over there, that's the burnt down Brighton Pier. And then over there, there's the current Brighton Pier. Has rides on it. I'm not sure if they're still open, because I might go on one. I love Brighton Beach. It's always full of colour and full of lively people. It's great. Just outside like my favourite club here in Brighton, I used to come here like every weekend for a little bit. And like, I knew there was a diner and a restaurant here like during the day, but I didn't realise like how cool it was. Like, you got seating outside, and then inside. This would be interesting for my friends as well, because I bet they've never seen this. Yeah, how strange. Never knew any of this was here right during the day. Right, see you in a bit. But yeah, if you like drum and bass, right, this is the place for drum and bass. And also like just underground music, not necessarily underground, but especially up and coming music. A couple of my mates run nights here, and they're awesome. These steps that I'm walking up currently are heated, so even in the winter when you come out for a cigarette, it's heated steps. However, I would just like to point out, right, this step here is where once I got knocked out and mugged, right? Now, it could happen anywhere in the world, and it's kind of ironic that it would happen to me in like my home city, which is kind of the point I make when I say about travelling. You shouldn't let things put you off travelling, because it can happen to you absolutely anywhere. Yeah, it wasn't a good day. I had my phone stolen, I had a fresh pouch of tobacco stolen, and £150 stolen. It really was not a good night. But one of the things that really sort of reassured me when it happened, some guy who I don't know who it is, but if you're watching this, you're a legend. He basically, I got knocked out, he didn't see it happen, and they'd stolen all my stuff. They left my passport on the floor, which is still wet now. And yeah, basically, he sat there with me, and it was snowing, whilst I was unconscious. He put his hoodie and that on me to make sure I was warm, and he just basically sat there with me until I... Watch Melons on a Mission on YouTube. Yeah, and he basically sat there with me the whole time until I regained consciousness. And he said to me, he was like, I wasn't too worried because you weren't like convulsing or throwing up or anything, but if you'd have been there much longer, I would have phoned an ambulance, because I was unconscious for nearly an hour. And yeah, I don't even know how. The only assumption is I got knocked out and robbed. That's the only assumption, because I had a massive lump on the side of my face here, and my jaw was just ruined. And yeah, they almost didn't let me back in Volks because of the state I looked, but just to explain the situation, all the guys who work at Volks are legends. Great club, and as I said, great music. Like drum and bass is one of my favourite types of club style music, and yeah, there is the place. And usually downstairs I've then got like the dubstep gutter, that's what they call it. And yeah, you usually have drum and bass upstairs and dubstep downstairs, which is just cool. I probably will do a vlog at Volks at night, but I don't think anytime soon, because anytime I go out it's an expensive night. Okay, so we've currently stopped at Moshimo, which is like one of the many restaurants or Japanese restaurants here in Brighton, and our sushi platters have just come out, which is cool. This is
Mackerel nigiri.
mackerel nigiri, and then this is
Tamago nigiri.
tamago nigiri, which is like
Nigiri,
which is basically egg sushi, and I got one of them as well because I don't like fish. But I'm going to take a quick inside and show you the little conveyor belt thing, because it's really cool. Cool shit. Don't see that every day. Right, I'm going to eat. And also as well, I thought I'd mention, I got a Japanese beer. It's Japanese beer. Tastes like beer, so it's good. So yeah, I'm happy. Eating the sushi, it was really good. Well, I say sushi, the egg sushi. And our yakitori platter has just come now. Look at this. You got ribs, chicken gyoza and chicken yakitori. Yeah, looks really good. I'm going to tuck into it now. Just had to dig in a bit to the ramen because Melon's going to demolish it in a minute. But looks good, and it does taste good. It's pork ramen with broccoli, celery, egg, carrots,
A lot of veg.
lots of veg. And I'm going to eat off the rest of this platter, and she's going to eat that, so everyone's happy. So, just finished our meal at Moshimo. Amazing. Not ridiculously expensive. The meal for the two of us, bearing in mind we got a sharing platter, a ramen, and three plates of sushi. It came to like just under £50. Now this, and drinks, yeah. And this what I was explaining, like with travelling, right? That meal in Japan probably wouldn't have even cost us that. And oh look, more Japanese food. There's probably about 6, maybe 7 sushi Japanese food places here in Brighton. So yeah, we're back at the clock tower now that I filmed earlier. But yeah, we're gonna head back to Worthing, do our week shopping, and then just chill. So I think this is probably going to be the end of today's vlog, I would have thought. So if not, if there is no more vlog, go! If there is no more vlog, then like, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and yeah, I'll see you guys soon.